Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at some defences to the Kimura trap or the double wrist lock. So here we are in half guard. Graham's managed to get to his Kimura. Alright, one of my ways of defending the Kimura is to bang my hand on the floor. Now if Graham tries to finish that, he's actually driving my hand through the floor. Not many people know this, okay? So it's really difficult for him to finish. He's got to make space, getting my hand off the floor to take it on my back. There we go. But as long as I can keep my hand on the floor, I can boost my weight on it, and he tries to do it, it's not going to happen. Okay, old-fashioned shit that works. Alright, secondly, if I know I'm super strong and my hand is above his shoulders, my hand has to be above his shoulders. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach to the back of his head, and I keep my ear on his shoulder. Once my ear goes on his shoulder, I'm going to get my hands together. I go palm to palm grip, and I just drive everything down towards the ground. Boom. Okay? At this point, I'm going to pass this half yard. You come to mount, and then I'm going to step out. You come down, my side choke. Yeah? It's actually a lot easier than it looks. We'll do it from a different angle, and I'll show you the details of the side choke. You've probably seen my video on the side choke already. If you haven't, then do. Okay, one of the secrets to not getting Kimura'd, I don't know why I do that, that's social work, double wrist locked, is to have my hips at an angle to him. So as soon as that Kimura sets up, I need my hips to come inwards. Alright, if my hips come inwards and I post my hand on the floor, it's incredibly difficult for Graham to finish that. It's not impossible because these things happen, so yeah, it's a good way of being able to stop it. My hips are at 90 degrees to him. I'm going to make some space and I'm going to drive this above his shoulders. As I drive it above his shoulders, my ear runs up to his shoulder and my hand goes underneath his shoulder here. I'm going to go palm on palm grip. One of the reasons why I do this is it's very difficult for Graham then to limp arm through this space. Alright, I'm going to drive over and drive my forehead to the ground. Loads of shoulder pressure into this. I'm going to use my bottom hook, taking his hips to this side, and use my bottom hook to drag this leg out to come to mount first and establish mount. Once I've established mount, I drag my hand further under by turning him onto his side a little bit more. My hand has to be underneath the shoulder. I'm then going to go to a parallel grip. So my elbows go in a straight line of one across from each other. He's already thinking about tapping to this. Okay? Next, I'm going to take this leg across his hips, however you wish to do it. Alright? I'm danger there, going through his chances of getting me to quarter guard. And then I just drop, keeping my head to the floor, down to the side of him. And from here, I just start to relax and get the tap. Okay, as long as my hands are underneath the shoulder, sorry brother, as long as my hands are underneath the shoulder and the shoulder is lifted, it's the shoulder that's doing the choking. And as I say, I do a video on getting the side choke. Yeah, the secret to this, really for me, is he dips his head towards the camera, and I go to half guard. The secret really is being strong enough to get through the Kimura grip or the double wrist lock grip. As soon as he gets the double wrist lock, I turn my hips towards him. Okay, I'm going to base out on the ground and I start putting loads of top pressure on Graham. Okay, or I start to posture and pull. If my hand's above his shoulders, I can crawl it up a little bit. It's very difficult for Graham to finish. He's going to have to work really hard to finish. He's going to have to drive my hand through the floor. I'm going to drive my hand up and I punch out behind the back of his head, and there you go. I can go to my side choke. It's a pretty old-fashioned way of doing. It's a pretty old-fashioned way of getting out the double wrist lock, but it works really, really well. And if you're a big, strong guy, you can actually set it up as a trick. Part of the reason why I turn my hips is because the elevator sweep that always comes from the Kimura grip is basically taken away from them. They can't sweep you in a cartwheel over your arm. Well, if you're facing forwards and they sweep you, you tend to go over your own head. Well, if I'm facing this way, it's almost impossible for them to cartwheel you over to the side. I'm saying almost impossible because nothing's impossible. Maybe some stuff is, I don't know.